will post on those things like that, and they'll be, the first thing they do is jump to bashing people.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first thing that they do is jump to when somebody posts something that people don't agree with, and even in those circumstances, I think it's completely 100% wrong. But that person don't need somebody to get on there and just start bashing them right away. You know, these people, they need correction. They need scriptures, and you know, sometimes it don't do any good.
No, but you put it out.
But everything that we do should be in love.
And true.
It should be in love. We shouldn't get on there and post on there. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. If you believe that, you're no more of a Christian than anybody else, and or you know, the rest of the world, and this and that and one thing and another. You know, that's not the type of post or conversation that we should have with people. You know, that's not the type of conversations that we should be having. But that's the kind of conversation that we see a lot. We see a lot of this stuff on there. And don't get me wrong, I think social media is a great thing. It can be a great tool. It can be if used properly. But sometimes it tends to hinder things also. So you gotta find a happy medium spot.
I heard social media explained like this: it's the best thing that ever happened and the worst thing that ever happened.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, I see a lot of preachers preaching on Facebook. I get a lot of good scriptures off of Facebook from other people. You know, you can watch church services from other churches on there, and different things. So we get a lot of good stuff, and anybody that's got Brother Larry Flannery, you can always get a laugh from him on Facebook. He's always got something funny to say on there. And but you know, there's so many people, the first thing they want to do is to start bashing people right off the bat. And that's not what the Bible tells us. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13. We're going to read verses 1 through 3. It says, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass, or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing."
What are you doing it for? It's not doing it for love.
You know, the thing about it is the key to being a Christian is love.
See Jesus.
You know, we're supposed to love people no matter what they do. But a lot of people, they believe that when you show them something other than support for what they're doing, that you don't love them. When you show them something other than support for the worldly things that they want to do, they think that you don't love them. But the problem is it's not that we don't love them, it's that we don't like what they're doing. We don't love what they're doing. We can love the people and love the person without loving what they're doing. You know, the Corinthians, they were armored with spiritual gifts, particularly the gift of tongues. Paul reminds them that the gift of tongues is meaningless without love.
It's languages.
Without love, a person may speak with the gift of tongues, but it is as meaningless as sounding brass or clanging cymbals. It is nothing but empty noise. You know, in these scriptures, as we read them, he goes over many things in there. Faith, which could move mountains.
Yes.
He says you can have enough faith to move a mountain.
It was Pharaoh.
But without love, it means nothing. It is useless.
Love never failed.
It says, bestow all my goods to feed the poor. You know, this is what Jesus told the rich young ruler to do, and he refused. But even if the rich young ruler had done what Jesus said, and he didn't have love, if he had resentment instead of love, then it would have been no profit. It would have been for nothing.
If you pray and you don't believe, you don't have to pray.
You know, each thing described in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1 through 3, they're all good things. Tongues are good. Prophecy and knowledge and faith, they're all good.
Yes.
Sacrifice is good. But love is so valuable.
Motivation.
Love is the most valuable thing that we possess.
Motivation.
It's so important. And apart from it, every other good thing is useless. Every other good thing is useless.
There's a vainglory in this.
Sometimes we make the great mistake of letting go of what is best for something else that is good, but not the best. You know, we can't let go of that love that we have for people.
Teach us all.
We can't let go of that love that we have.
Message to the world.
And reading on through verses 4 through 6, it says, charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. Is not puffed up. Doth not behave itself unseemingly. Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. You know, Paul, he's not writing about how love feels. He's writing about how it can seem in action.
He's painting a picture of Jesus.
He's writing about how love can be seen in action.
Yes.
True love is always demonstrated in action. You know, it's very easy to walk up to somebody and say that you love them.
Oh, we say it all the time.
It's probably the most used word that is not felt or not meant.
Love you.
Probably the most used word that is not meant.
Love
So
you.
many times people, they'll say they love you and they don't like you no more than the person down the street. And it's sad because we see it a lot. We see that word, it's thrown around all the time.
Thinking, thinking.
And I'm not talking about people that say I love you and they truly mean it. I'm talking about it's become a word that when people, they just throw it out there.
They call them bywords.
They just throw it out there. But you know, true love is an action. You show love.
Bird is an action.
Telling love is not as important as showing love. You know, Paul tells us that love will endure for a long time.
Wow.
If God's love is in us, we will show long suffering to those who annoy us and even hurt us.
Yes. But we'll get smarter.
Love is kind. When we have and show God's love, it will be seen in simple actions of kindness.
Sure.
and actions of kindness. He gives us 8 things that love is not. Love does not envy. Envy is one of the least productive and most damaging of all sins. It accomplishes nothing except to hurt. Love keeps its distance from envy and does not resent when someone else is prompted or blessed.
Let's take another shot.
How many people have ever gotten jealous of somebody else in their life? Everybody at some point has gotten jealous of somebody for some reason. It's human nature. It happens. It doesn't make you a weak person. It doesn't make you weak-minded. It makes you human. But these are the things that we have to look out for. This is why the Bible gives us these scriptures, so that we can look out for these things.
We have to grow up too.
Love does not parade itself. Love in action can work anonymously. It does not have to have a spotlight or the attention to do a good job or to be satisfied with the result. Love gives because it loves to give, not out of the sense of praise it can have from showing itself off.
It don't want the worst, it wants the best.
You know, a lot of times people, they'll do things and they'll send things anonymously. Or somebody might give a big donation and they'll tell the people that they gave the donation to, I don't want to be mentioned for this. I don't want anybody to know that it was me that done this. And that's a good thing. It shows that they're not looking for a reward or to be praised for what they done. If a person does something generous and nice and wants the praise for it, then they did it for the wrong reason. And there was no love in that action whatsoever. So what does the Bible tell us? It tells us that it is like an empty noise. That donation that was made, when somebody says, they come up and they say, you know what, I donated $100,000 to that church.
Look what I did.
Look what I did. Look at this. Look at me. Look at me. Look what I done. Then that donation was made for nothing. Of course that church is going to spend that money. That's not the point. But for that person, they might as well not even done it. For that person.
Motivation.
Because the motivation was wrong. They were looking for a praise for something. They wanted to be praised for what they'd done. They didn't do it out of love. They did it because they wanted to be noticed.
Self-importance.
Love is not puffed up. To be puffed up is to be arrogant or self-focused. It speaks of someone who has a big head.
Love you wouldn't want to be, you know?
Love doesn't get its head swelled. It focuses on the needs of others. You know, when you do something nice, people are going to recognize and they're going to notice. But we can't allow that to go to our heads. We can't allow that to go to our heads. And that's what being puffed up means. That means when we do something and people recognize and they see it, we can't allow those things to go to our heads.
It comes from God. All things.
Love does not behave rudely. Where there is love, there will be kindness and good manners. Love does not seek its own. Romans 12:10 says, be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love.
Be weary
in honor, preferring one another.
Be not weary in well doing.
That means we're supposed to seek out for people to love, for a place to share our love, not just sit at home and keep everything to ourselves. When we receive the love from Jesus Christ, we're not supposed to take it home with us and just keep it with us and keep it within the confines of our home.
Didn't he see his goodness and all that?
We're supposed to go out and tell everyone that we know and show everyone that we come in contact with the love of Jesus Christ. Love is not provoked. We all find it easy to be provoked or become irritated with those things who are just plain annoying. I like to give Brittany a hard time a lot of times. And I gave her a hard time this morning on the way to church. She don't like surprises. And when she asks a question, she wants to know the answer. And so this morning she asked me, she said, "What are you going to preach on this morning?" And I said, "It's going to be a surprise."
That rang her bell.
And I knew what it was going to do to her. She sat over there, she got this look on her face. And she sat there, she said, "You better tell me what you're going to preach on this morning." She said, "You know I don't like surprises."
Don't push people's buttons.
But you know, I did that to get a rise out of her. But you know, there are people that really out there in the world that allow these things to come between them and somebody else. They allow these things to come between it. They're easily provoked.
You just got to get over it.
Easily provoked. But love is not easily provoked. Moses was kept from the promised land because he became provoked at the people of Israel.
Boy, sure. They wore him out.
Moses was a great follower of God,
I'll take that.
and he still suffered the consequences
He was here.
of allowing himself to be provoked.
Yes.
Love thinks no evil. This literally means that love does not store up the memory of any wrong it has received.
That's good.
You know, this is very difficult because people, they tend to hold on to things when they've been hurt.
I know what they've done.
And Brittany taught about forgiveness downstairs with the little ones a while ago. You know, this love and forgiveness, it goes hand in hand together. And I think she said she was using the illustration with the kids. They had these little hearts and they would write on them with something, and then you could take them and dip it in the water and wash the markings off. That is not holding on to grudges, not holding on to the wrongdoings that are done to us. We can't hold on to those things because that's not part of love.
And that's in the past.
That's not part of love.
That's over with. Cross that bridge.
Gave them little hearts that say, "I forgive you." If somebody hurts their feelings, they're supposed to give it to them and tell them to wash it off.
That's a good example. Very good example. You know, love is all about forgiveness.
Yes.
It's all about forgiveness. Love does not rejoice in iniquity. It is willing to want the best for others and refuses to bring things against others. Instead, love rejoices in the truth. Love can always stand with and on truth because love is pure and good, just like the truth.
Paint the picture of Jesus.
You know, there's a lot of times that when people do things or get things or gain things, we look at it and the first thing we want to say is, you know what? They got that award and I deserve that. I deserve that. They got that math award in school and I deserve that.
I should have got that raise.
They got that raise at work and I got that. I'm the one that shows up 30 minutes early every day. I'm the one that does this. I'm the one that does that. And they got the promotion. They got the raise.
Poor me, baby.
But that's not love.
That's not love.
That's not love. Love is, you know what? I'm so glad
Oh,
that they
yeah.
got that raise. You know what? They got 2 kids at home.
Moving on
They'll
down.
be able to use that money to do more with their kids. They'll be able to use that money to do this or to do that. We should be happy. You know what? He works hard. He deserves that promotion. He started at the bottom and worked his way up. He deserved that promotion. You know, that's the type of things that we should be showing people.
Yes.
That's not always the type of things that first comes out of our mouths, but it is the type of things that we should be moving towards, that we should be watching for.
We should study this chapter of love.
Love bears all things. 1 Corinthians 13:7 says, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things.
Desire of God.
It's 4 more things that love is. It's strong, believing, hopeful, and enduring. Spurgeon calls these 4 virtues love's 4 sweet companions.
Oh, we call it sweet.
4 sweet companions.
Sweet, not bitter.
The word for bears can also be translated covers. When you look into the original translation, it can also be translated to covers.
Praise God.
Either way, Paul brings an important truth along with 1 Peter 4:8. He says, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Oh, wonderful. You won't have time to sin. You got love.
You know, he says, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. You know, when we begin to look back at that and we think about it, thank you. We see
Bless this great.
love is a big important part of our salvation. Because he tells us that love is what covers a multitude of sins.
And what did Jesus do?
He died for our sins. So if we don't have love, have our sins truly been
If you
covered?
don't have love, that means you don't have Jesus.
If you don't have love, do you really have Jesus?
That's the message. Message to the world. Seek understanding.
You know, love, it believes all things. We never believe a lie, but we never believe evil unless the facts demand it.
Okay.
We choose to believe the best of people,
Examine
of
all
others.
things.
We
Examine
choose to
them.
believe the best. Love has hope for all things. Love has confidence in the future, not pessimism.
And we all have a future.
It does not say it will be this way forever and even get worse. It hopes for the best, and it hopes in God. You know, God is so good to us. We have to put our hope in God.
Yes.
We have to put our hope in
And
Him.
He hasn't opened us. He hasn't.
And it says, love endures all things. Most of us can bear all things, and believe all things, and hope all things, but only for a while. The greatness of agape love is it keeps on bearing, believing, and hoping. It doesn't give up. It destroys enemies by turning them into friends. You know, love, true love endures. It doesn't give up at the first sign of a problem. It doesn't give up because everything is lasting too long. It's taking too long. It doesn't give up.
Receive understanding.
Spurgeon says, if your brethren are angry without a cause, be sorry for them. But do not let them conquer you by driving you into a bad temper. Stand fast in love. Endure not some things, but all things. For Christ's sake, so ye shall prove yourself to be a Christian indeed. I like that. It says, stand fast in love. It says, endure not some things, but endure all things. Endure all things.
God made us conquerors.
You know, we can't allow these things to conquer us. Like Spurgeon says, he said, if somebody is angry without a cause, it says be sorry for them, pray for them, love them anyways. It says, but do not let them conquer you by driving you into a bad temper.
Anger is insanity.
You know, it's real easy to get to that stage where you can be in a bad temper.
Oh, yes.
It's very easy to get there.
The 2 or 3 bad things happen to you.
And we can't allow ourselves to be driven there. We have to endure with love.
We have to count our blessings.
And you know, these are things that everyone fights with and everyone faces.
While we're here, we will do that.
Because we're flesh, because we're human, we have tempers, we have feelings, we have anger. It comes across. You may not even be angry at somebody, you may get angry at a paint can.
A flat tire. That's
May get angry at a flat tire.
anger and sin not.
But there's going to be anger.
We should.
But we have to allow the love to endure. We have to allow that love to endure through all the anger, through all the things, because love can conquer it all. Love can conquer it all. And love covers a multitude of sins.
Oh, yes.
Love covers a multitude of
Love
sins.
that part. There's a reward.
You know, God, He is so good to us.
He's a rewarder.
And you know, the thing is no matter how many times we say it, we can't say it enough. We can't say it enough. Because even through the hard times, there's always light on the other side.
Yes. Light